Hi, guys. Welcome to today's episode of the Afrocentrics podcast. Yes. And you know what? I'm excited today because what we're going to be talking about today is a business. Yes. I think it's been a while since I brought somebody who's doing business on the show. But today, oh my God, the first time I heard this person's business and testimonials from her business, I'm like, no, Africa needs to hear this woman. The world actually needs to hear this woman. But I'll be glad for them to hear about her from my platform. Well, amongst all other platforms. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, or a bottle of water if that is what works for you. Because today I'm going to be talking to Nnenna Nweke. But you know how we do it. Before I leave your face and bring up my guest, let me read to you the profile of my guest today. All right. Nnenna Nweke is a serial entrepreneur, having been setting up and running businesses since she was 17 years old. We're going to find out how old is she now and how long has she been doing this, okay? A graduate of industrial chemistry, she worked in the banking sector for 9 years in the business banking division, where she managed business relationships by availing loans and other support services. She is presently the CEO of Synergistic Solutions, a training and consulting firm, MD of Cloth International, a leading clothing and apparel brand, and more recently, CEO of Jungle Africa, whose brand of 100% natural products, brand name Nature's Treasures, are the rave of the movement, selling in the UK, US, Kenya, and Nigeria presently. She's married to Dr. Nnena Nweke, and they are blessed with 5 children. And now, the part of her business that got me attracted is the recent one that is causing rave, the Nature's Treasures. Oh my God. I heard testimonials about people using the product, and I'm like, I want to use this product too, and I want to be an ambassador for that product. Okay, so I'm so delighted and excited to share with you the story of Nnenna today. So sit back again, and I'll be right back with my guests. Okay, guys, my guest is here. You can see her all smiley. Hi, Miss Nnenna. How are you doing?
Hi, Edira. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
It's an honor. It's a privilege. I'm grateful. Thank you.
I am also privileged to be hosting a serial entrepreneur. Like, it's not beans to be an entrepreneur at all, right? And there's to be a serial one. Like, kudos to you. It's a pleasure hosting you on the Afrocentrics podcast, and I'm so happy because it's like from Nigeria to the world. So I'm so happy about it. So I'm going to kick it off from your profile. Since you've been doing business since 17 years old. Ha!
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you how old you are, but how long have you been doing business?
That's almost like forever. That's close to, well, let's say 20 something years, I think now.
Wow.
Over 20 years. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. What was your first business?
Managing my mom's poultry and taking it to the next level.
How did that
happen? At 17, I graduated from secondary school. I schooled in Lagos, Queen's College, PC Lagos to be precise. But we lived in Jos. So when I came back, I noticed that the poultry farm wasn't doing as well as I expected it to do by way of her number of years of experience and number of staff she had. So she was a teacher and then rose to become a vice principal. So she really didn't have time, and getting people workers was something else. So I just took over the business. I learned how to drive at 17. Then while I was taking over the business, we got the idea of beginning to retail the chicken feeds. So we opened another branch of the business and had 2 shops running. So I was running 3 businesses at 17.
Wow.
I was managing we had over 3,000 birds. We had layers, we had broilers, we had apparels, we had staff I was managing. and then I was also managing the feed shops. And without equivocation, she was amazed. She was like, "How old are you? How do you have so much? The people I was managing were older than me, but I had so much authority because I think what happened was I saw a need, and then I knew that with the right backing, the farm and the businesses will yield far more. And that's what eventually happened. So I turned it around. By the time I had to go to school, to the university 2 years later, they were weeping. What will become of our, but we had built up, we had built
structure.
capacity. Yes, and so it just took off.
Wow.
So that was basically the beginning of my love for businesses.
Wow. Might I ask, like, did you study business administration or what do you, I mean, your brother says you studied chemistry. Like, where did the business come from?
I was a science student all through, so I didn't do anything business. I think for me, I saw business as meeting needs. That was basically it. I looked at my environment. What were the needs in the environment? Could I meet the needs? What will it take to meet the needs? And then I went straight to work. When I finished, before I started managing her poultry, I wanted to set up a daycare because I saw a lot of women who were working but were having issues with their little children, and I love babies. So I said, okay, I'm free. I'm waiting for admission. Why don't I set up a daycare in my parents' home? And my mom begged me. She said, please, you will kill these people's children. You don't have you don't have experience. I know you love babies, but it goes beyond loving babies. So when that fell through, I now focused on this. So for me, business has always been about what's the problem? Is there a solution? Can I prefer it? Then I go into it. That's basically it.
Wow, I love it. Yes. But the only question I would ask onto that before moving on is, I understand the love for meeting needs, right? But running the business goes beyond just meeting the needs, because you have the back end work and all of that. How were you able to navigate those part of it?
So one of my strengths is I love learning, and I learn very fast. So at every point in time, when I enter a new industry, like when I was in the banking industry, for instance, I simply told myself, now begin to learn and grow. Learn everything you need to learn, get mentors, look at those who have been here, become their apprentices and grow. And for every industry I've entered, I have grown very fast just because of that attitude. So I entered the business knowing I don't know anything. So I'm hungry, very hungry. And so you see me consuming information, looking for people to handhold me, looking for people who have more experience, partnering with those I can partner. So for me, I see business as being collaboration, partnering, and then learning, constant learning. With that, there's no mountain you can't scale through.
Wow, I love it. I love it. I love it. And as we can see the results of that now from you, starting from that point to then, morphing into, so the way it goes now, okay, I can see like in the main or in the business of the moment, which is the rave of the moment, which is your nature's treasures, is where there's a connecting line to what you studied, is it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's the first time.
After how many years? After how many years?
After I left school 2006, so that's like how many years? 15 years or so.
Wow. Yes. You finally. So how did nature's, I mean, you do all other things and all the businesses that you do, but we want to focus on nature's treasure today, from Africa's jungle, because I mean, that was what I saw first from you, in the immerse, and I'm like, wow, I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even tell what it is with your presentation and your product that just got me hooked. And I'm like, no, by all means, I don't know why, but I want to be a part of this woman's business. I don't know if it's the story you told about, the instructions, the very precise instructions you got in, in starting that business, or maybe it's just the testimonials that has come from the usage of the product. Please just tell us, like, a brief summary of that story, how you started this part of your business and how it is going now.
Okay, so part of what happened, because I've always had a love and interest in nature. Now, when I say nature, not necessarily flowers and co, but basically, it has always been interesting to me to know that there is a lot more in nature than we know about, and then there is a lot more in nature than we use. So we have a lot of synthetic things, but many times the reason why we do not know about the natural solutions to issues and natural products we have for either medical, food, health, are because we underestimate, and then we haven't paid attention to what is around us. So growing up, I took time to study. I took time to just watch, for instance, how bees will make honey. And through pollen and everything. It interested me. And then the efficacy of the honey they made and how that there was nothing next to it. So those things got me thinking. So every time I saw a natural product, I began to ask myself, what could be the potency and the potential of this product that we hadn't yet discovered? So that led me on a journey. So it was a side hobby, so to speak. So growing up, I decided to focus on a lot of natural things, both what I put on my skin. I focused on shea butter, coconut oil, what I did on my hair, and then when I started having children, my girls, they have very sensitive skin. The first two girls, when they got into secondary school, they were having irritations and their skin was spotted, So I mixed shea butter and coconut oil and gave them to rub, and I took every other cream. And they came back and their skin had cleared.
Wow.
And they are fair. They are not like me. They are fair, really fair. So it was amazing. So little by little, I started incorporating other natural things, even down to our food in the house. I withdrew things like the MSG cube, that stock cubes, and I tried to say, let's go natural. Let's see what will happen. And so my husband will go for his annual medical checkup, and everybody will. The doctors kept saying, your statistics are fine, your stats are fine. In fact, a doctor said something. He said there's a chronological age, which is, my husband is in his 50s, but your body is like in his 30s.
Wow.
So there's something you're doing that is right.
Wow. That's not the regular. The regular will be that you are 50, but your body is 70 because you've overworked.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So that got us thinking, maybe we are doing something right. So now I said, let me open it up to people. So little by little, I started making samples, both of the foodstuffs that we use, the spices, the natural cereals, and the creams. And I started sharing with people. And then feedback started rolling in. Then my last baby, which was what eventually broke the camel's back, she's 2.5 years. She had a skin issue for the whole of 2020. From January 2020 to November 2020, her skin kept bringing out spots. Then after some time, it looked like lizard skin, was becoming scaly and rough and dark. And we went from pharmacy to pharmacy. Her dad is a doctor, a medical doctor. Her doctor is a consultant pediatrician. They didn't know what it was. Wow. So went from pharmacy, consultant to consultant. They will give us a cream. Once we finish, it will come back again. So by November, I just got some of these natural oils, palm kernel oil, shea butter, coconut oil, lemongrass oil, argan oil. I mixed them because each of these oils on their own are power oils. They are really good. So I mixed them and I just said, let me try and put this on this girl's skin. My sister, 3 days.
Wow.
3 days.
After 11 months.
We were shocked. 3 days, the thing started clearing. This is what we had spent 11 months.
The first time I heard from Nnenna was in a pitch scenario. She was pitching this business in a coaching community. And I just connected to her story. Like, I'm just like, wow. And I think you talked about somebody having dry skin or something. And I know that for years, I've been battling dry skin. Like, people will look at my hand, like if my hands are separate and my body, you would think like this is an old woman's hand and, and not be able to reconcile the face. So I don't know, maybe that's why I'm like, what, I want to use this product because I want to show like, hey guys, I'm healed. Wow, fantastic. So in 3 days, you started seeing changes from your daughter's skin.
Yeah.
And how is she doing now?
She is beautiful.
Wow.
Her skin is back to baby soft
Baby
skin.
skin. Wow. So
Yeah.
since then, you now started, orders
Yeah,
started
so
coming in.
then, okay, so what happened was during that period, I was involved in immerse coaching. And one of the things that we're encouraged to do in immerse coaching is to do, what they call peaceful inquiry. So I sensed in my spirit that there was something more. There was more I was supposed to be involved in, but I didn't know what it was. Remember, there was a lockdown 2020, so we were indoors, the children all around. There was a lot of activity in the house. But even in the midst of the activity in the house, I felt hungry, like my soul was thirsting for more. So I got involved in immerse coaching. And one of the things that I heard was this peaceful inquiry, which meant try and spend some time either on a daily basis or take some time off. Just be with yourself, with your soul, and with the Lord. And let your soul speak to you, tell you what it's hungry for. Let the Lord even speak to you about your next level and so on. So immediately after the lockdown was over, I sent my children on vacation. I had the house to myself with my husband, and my husband is a minister, so he traveled to ministry, and then I shut down the house. And I asked the Lord, I said, what's going on in my spirit? I need to hear. And from my spirit, I heard coconut oil. My sister, what's coconut oil? There's no coconut oil in the Bible. So I'm wondering, which verse and scripture are you putting? So to cut the long story short, I felt, okay, let me go and get coconut oil. I tried to buy coconut oil. Then a liter was 8,000. And I'm like, what is this? I can make this. So I tried to make it. And by the time I made it, I started using it. And then I noticed different things again. I shared it. By the time I discovered that I could use the coconut oil as a carrier oil for other oils, like carrot oil, lemon oil, and each of them had amazing, spectacular effects on the skin. Carrot oil heals skin, lemon oil is full of vitamin C, rejuvenating, while toning and healing. And I said, this is gold. That scripture in the Bible that says, a merchant found a pail of great treasure. He sold everything. Yes, so I just pitched my pants there. I'm like, okay, God, I'm back. What do you want me to do with coconut oil? And he said, start mixing it into, fish, everything, the body creams, hair creams, heel balms. Get out natural products, 100%, no water, nothing artificial. Just mix them with the things you already have and then begin to use them, give others to use, and then hear feedback. My sister, it's in blue. I was hearing feedback like mothers of 11 years healed with the hair cream. I was hearing feedback of very dry skin. My dad, who is still alive, on Sunday, we were in a gathering and he was showing me his skin. He said his skin was cracking. And since he started using the body creams, he was showing me his skin. My dad is one of my ambassadors now. He tells me that my products are spiritual.
I am so excited because I'm going to join that league of ambassadors. I don't know. I got a memo that day. I got a memo and I'm holding on to it like, no. I got to use this product and I'm going to be an ambassador for this product. So guys, you watch out for it. When I get the delivery of my product from Nnenna, I'm going to show you the unveiling of it. And I'm going to also document the process of the difference it's going to make on my skin. And I really, like, I legitimately have no doubt in my heart. Like, I'm already like, I haven't even seen the product and I'm already like very, very much anticipating it. So if people want to, start to make orders and say, okay, we've heard this hype is plenty, let us try it too. How can people reach out to you and how can they get your products?
On Facebook, we are Nature's Treasures. On Instagram, we are Tenderly Crafted. Then the business, we have a WhatsApp business account, 080-0708, then 682-9862. So on this handle, we have a website, naturestreasures.biz. Okay. With these four, you can easily access us. Absolutely. And one of the things I want to say is that our products are from the womb, from zero to the grave, zero to, as in everybody has something. One of the products I am absolutely excited about is the facial scrub. So as a teenager, up to this my old age, I have pimples. And the thing has troubled me. So the only time I don't have pimples is when I'm pregnant. Once the baby comes out, the pimples come back. So while waiting on the Lord again, this was this year, I got an inspiration to mix honey and the coconuts, and I started using it on my face. And anything you can see on my face is that. In a few days, my husband has asked me, "What are you using?" I said, "I got this inspiration," and I'm even afraid to share it because it doesn't even make. I went online to Google, I didn't see anything like that, so I was like, and it clears spots, it clears blackheads, it so even the pores are clean. Wow. Because after some time, the pores begin to shrink. So the oil secretion that causes pimples, then the bacteria. So honey is antibacterial and antimicrobial. Yeah. So and it balances the skin's pH. So just one product. That's also, we have about 12 products now, and we're still believing that we're going to launch more. So everybody in the family has something, and they are cost effective.
I love it. I love it. I love the range. Like, how you say, oh, what's your demographic? My demographic is every human being. There is something for everybody with nature's treasure. And guys, please don't sleep on this one. This is me just being real with you guys. Like, from the moment I just connected, and so I can vouch on that connection and that inner, inner weakness that I have, that okay, give it a trial, okay? So whether you want to go for the facial scrub, or you want to go for the body butter, or you want to go for any of the oils are great. And for people, those of you, my fellow dry skin people, go for the body butter and the oils, okay? And then if you want to tone up, don't do it with chemicals. There are natural stuff that God has blessed us with that can help you glow, with pride, okay? So nature's treasure is here to serve you all of those goodies, okay? So I'm going to be scrolling the details of the, her detail, the website, the Instagram, the Facebook account. The links are going to be in the description of this video, as well as in the description of the podcast, the audio podcast, and also, on this video itself. So please look out for that and go order yours. Mine is being ordered and it's going to be shipped to me soon. And I'm going to, document that whole series. Like, this is massive. This is ambassador coming through for nature's treasure. Okay, watch out. Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Nnenna. Just one final word. I mean, you have been in this space of entrepreneurship for a while, and you already run concurrently different angles of businesses. What is one advice that you have for young entrepreneurs as we round this off?
Thank you. So one thing I will tell young entrepreneurs, don't be in entrepreneurship for money primarily. When you chase money, you miss out a lot. See, entrepreneurship, first of all, you have to connect with your soul and your passion. What are you passionate about? The thing about entrepreneurship is that your soul must speak to you. It must come from inside. It cannot be environmental. If it's environmental, you become frustrated because policies will come and go. Governments will rise and fall. Economies will crash. But once it comes from the inside, you have grace to move on the waves, whether it is rising or it is falling. So start with your passion. Then look around your environment. What are the needs that you can easily meet and you're willing to meet for free without people paying you? You love to meet them. Then another thing you must also have in mind is that when you do something and you start doing it excellently, people will look for you from the ends of the earth. So if you go into entrepreneurship primarily to make money, you will cheat yourself, because when the going gets rough, you will quit. And just when you are quitting was maybe when the breakthrough was about to come. But if you go into entrepreneurship with the mindset of serving people with solutions, bringing solutions to problems, people will look for you. And then down the road, you will be able to ride every wave that comes at you. And then at the end, you keep standing.
Wow, I love it. Thank you so much. That was such a very, very, very succinct advice right there. So you've heard it, guys. If you're going into entrepreneurship, don't do it just for the money. Don't let money be your driver. Let solution, helping, adding value be the reason that you're going into entrepreneurship, and the money will look for you. Okay. Until I come your way again next week with another episode of the Afrocentrist podcast. Remember that the Becoming Summit is happening this month of June. Woohoo! 18th to 20th of June, the Becoming Summit is coming up. 15 speakers across the globe, and we are talking about servant leadership. So if you haven't signed up yet, hurry now and go sign up. It is free to attend, but registration is required. The link is going to be scrolling on the screen, and there will be a video at the end of this episode showing you how to also register. Okay, so I'm going to see you next week. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.